If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Is there any disputing that? If it walks like a duck...
1, 2, 3, hi! 1, 2, 3, hi! 1, 2, 3, hi! 1, 2, 3, hi!
And it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? You see, most of them, say them, I say, them in the mainstream try to tell us what's real and what's not. No, everything is artificial. Artificial flavor, artificial color. Everything they report on the so-called news, the alleged liberal media, it's all artificial. Artificial cigarettes, artificial cigars, it's all a fucking facade.
And I know lies would only hurt her. And I could never deceive her in that way.
What the fuck is this?
She'll end up crying.
New Jack Swing wouldn't accept this garbage. That's Bret Hart attempting to sing on the WrestleMania the album. Here's another classic.
I got the American flag, American flag. I got my 2x4. I got the American
Now, this really happened. Who's responsible for this? Should they be tarred and feathered, perhaps? You know who was the executive producer of that abomination? Simon Cowell. The guy who you've allowed to manufacture shit, and you say it's good because he says so. And you wonder why you could turn on the radio and hear the same 5 songs you've been hearing for the past decade, or the same classic rock. You hear nothing but Queen and Led Zeppelin in rotation for a fucking hour and a half. Like no one else ever existed. And there's nobody else out there now. They could have somebody spray diarrhea on a microphone on American Idol and say, I have to buy that on iTunes tomorrow. You buy what they tell you to buy, you like what they tell you to like, and question nothing. For 20 years, has there been a change in sound? Has there been a change in attitude? 20 years ago, there were artists, there were musicians that people feared. They had ideas that scared people, that brought about change. Now it's nothing but lily white and accepted garbage. They can manufacture stars, but they haven't manufactured any American jobs in a generation. Doesn't seem fair. Because you've allowed a guy that produced the Hacksaw Jim Duggan sound to tell you what good music was. Well, maybe I can't tell you what good music was, but Jesus Christ, think for yourselves. But I'll tell you this, as far as I'm concerned, you want good music, come out next week to the Hilltap. Maybe you don't think it's good, but it sure shit is real, and it's not manufactured plastic shit. I promise you that. Those who are denying what's right there in plain sight, those people are liars. These are people with no honor. These are people who are trying to protect more men of dishonor. Or maybe they see it and they don't want to see it, because then they might have to do something about it. So they just rather call you crazy and bury their heads in the sand, bury their heads in their device. Just carry on and play Angry Birds. Or others, what are you angry about? The point is, those of us in the scene, we're supposed to be different. We're supposed to be anti-mainstream, anti-corporate, anti-fascist. But nowadays, it's all becoming blurred. I'm appealing to you. When you see something that's real, anything going on, when you see through, you see behind the curtain, you see the gaping holes in the plot, don't be afraid to point it out. Because you're not alone and you're not crazy. You see what's real. And on June 7th, come on down to the Hilltap and you'll see some real hardcore.